Welcome to Real Talk with Reginald D. I'm your host, Reginald D. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about why you can't give up. Let's jump in. Let's talk about your journey. First of all, journey means an act of going from one place to another. You have to understand that your life is a journey. It's going to have its ups and it's going to have its downs. You can't get around that. I need you to put that in your head first. Your life's journey is here to only prove something to you. It's designed to show you something about yourself that you didn't know. Even though it gets tough, it's making the best version of you. That's why you can't give up. You're going to miss the best version of you if you give up. You need to understand what's inside of you. There's a toughness about you that hasn't been revealed. It hasn't been revealed simply because you keep giving up when things get tough. You quit when you are challenged with something. You are being the opposite of who you really are. You were meant to overcome challenges. You were meant to conquer in tough times. In order for you to start winning in life, you got to first know who you are. There is something inside of you that is greater than any of your obstacles. So you think you're so less than to the point you accept that for your life. You don't see your worth, all because other people don't see it or value you. Let me tell you this. You are worth more than anybody's opinion about you. I need you to understand that you can't give up. Everything that you have dreamed and wanted for your life is awaiting you. That's why you can't give up, man. This is the way life works. You will get in life what you settle for if you don't go after what you want for your life. I remember years ago when I met this guy who owned a car repair shop. He told me the story where he took all his money to open up his own shop. So when he opened his shop, he was struggling to get business to the point he had hit rock bottom. He said he walked into his daughter's room one night while she was sleeping and said to himself, "What have I done? I have messed up her college fund." Then he proceeded to tell me that even though he hit rock bottom, by trying to invest in himself, he made up in his mind that he wasn't going to give up on his dreams. So he went around to multiple car dealerships and asked them to allow him to work on their cars that were being traded, basically used cars. He said he told them that he would do them for free, and if they are satisfied with his work, promise them that they'll start sending their used cars to him to work on. Guess what? It worked. Dealerships were sending him cars, and his shop started flourishing to the point he retired and bought a beach house on the beach. Then he left ownership to his right-hand mechanic that had been with him for so many years. All this happened because he decided not to give up. You notice I said decided. You're going to get what you decide to get. This mechanic could have just gave up and went back turning wrenches at somebody else's shop, especially when he hit rock bottom. He decided to keep going after his dreams of being an owner of his own shop. He came up with a solution. I need you to understand that a lot of times there is no right or wrong when you're trying to come up with a solution. Coming up with the best solution is what counts. I'm going to tell you this and you might not like it. Some of the things that you want for your life is going to take time. You got to have patience. You just don't give up or you will never get it. You can't give up. There is too much invested in you. God has placed all these gifts and talents inside of you. If you give up, you will never see the outcome that was meant for you. I know you're probably saying, "Reginald D, I've been hurt. I've been walked on. I've been a failure of many things." I get it. But guess what? You still can't give up. Because if you do, you're going to fail again. Giving up is failure. I need you to understand that. You have to change your thinking about who you are. If you can't change your thinking, you can change your life. You got so much success tied to you. You got people that's going to make it in life because of you. This thing is serious. You can't give up. What's wrong with you? I need you to get yourself back together. It's not over. There is a brand new you and a brand new day coming. I'm going to tell you this. You are allowed to do a lot of things in life, but you are not allowed to give up. Put that on your mind every day. It's going to get tough at times. It's going to be challenging. But you need to look at your tough times and your challenges in a different way. Your challenges and obstacles are just building the dreams that you have seen already. It's all a part of it. I need you to understand that all the things that's going on in your life is working for your good. So it don't make sense for you to give up. I need you to know that the person who wins is a person that didn't give up. So you keep telling yourself that you can't. If you keep telling yourself that you can't do something, that's just another reason for you to try harder. Telling yourself that you can't doesn't give you a pass to give up. Keep trying, man. If you really want it, then don't give up on it. Find a way to get it. See, one of the reasons that you keep wanting to give up is because you can't figure out what you want for your life. You are all over the place doing this and doing that, but ain't getting nothing done at the end of the day. You are not accomplishing what you need to be accomplishing. And you're doing nothing but just burning yourself out. I always tell people this. I tell them to ask themselves one question. And that question is, what am I trying to build? When you think about that, then it leads you to one thing, which is usually the main thing. Now you'll focus. Now you will begin to feel good about yourself because you're starting to get things done. Do you know that giving up is going to take away what God has to bless you with? I need you to know that some people wait around for something that will never happen and give up on things that could be. That is totally backwards. If it's not going to probably happen, I'm not waiting on it. I'm going after the things I can see and what could be. Because if it could be, then it probably will be. I need you to know in order to keep yourself from giving up, you have to see yourself in your future. And you have to have goals. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 1 year? Where do you see yourself in 6 months? If you can't answer that, then you don't have a line of sight when it comes to your dreams and goals. It's critical that you figure that part out. I remember one time I was talking with this guy, and I asked him, where did he see himself in 5 years? He couldn't tell me. Then I asked him, where do you see yourself in 1 year? He still couldn't tell me. So I asked him, where do you see yourself tomorrow? And he said, at work. Now, that was totally not what I was trying to get out of this conversation. Even though he told me the truth, we were on two different islands. It was all because he didn't have vision for his life. He didn't see himself being great or doing great things in life. Because he would have told me when I asked him, where did he see himself in 5 years, 1 year, or tomorrow? All he came up with was going to work. Let me say this to you. You are more than just going to work. You are a road to success. You are a journey that has to be traveled. You can't get that off of you because that's who you are. You just got to make sure that you pave your way with determination and never give up. When you want to give up, just remind yourself on why you started. There is power in starting. Everything is not going to go as planned all the time. That's not an excuse for you to give up. It's an excuse for you to go harder. When somebody asks you why you're going so hard, why are you pushing so hard, you tell them that things have gotten tougher, and that's what it's going to take. You can't give up. You got to hold on no matter how long it takes. Some things in your life is just a test. That's what's confusing you, because you can't figure out why you're going through what you're going through. It's just a test that is preparing you for your next level. That's why you can't give up. If you give up, you will fail the test. There is greatness inside of you, but you got to keep going to see it. I'm going to leave you with this. Remember why you started and tell yourself that I won't give up. I need you to remember to never give up on that positive thing that you can't quit thinking about. Don't give up. Psalms 30th chapter, 5th verse says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy is coming in the morning. Don't give up, because one day you're going to thank yourself for not giving up. Thanks for tuning in to Real Talk with Reginald D. If you enjoyed listening to Real Talk with Reginald D, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. See you next time.